Jeep's answer to all those people who felt left out, its newest and most affordable SUV for India and made in India, the brand new Compass. Remember as a child in art class, you were asked to draw a car and you came up with something like this. And then, well, you were asked to draw an SUV and this is what you drew. This is that shape. This is the quintessential SUV shape that we've all been drawing for years and years as children. And well, now it's in the flesh. The Jeep Compass is a great looking SUV and yes, it does look like a smaller Grand Cherokee. The iconic 7-slat grille is finished in gloss black with chrome surrounds and looks premium, and the headlights have a 3-dimensional look and LED daytime running lights. The Compass does take several design cues from Jeep's historic lineup. For example, these wide and squared out wheel arches are the hallmark of every single Jeep product in the past, and that is what gives the Compass that muscular hunkered down look. Now, one of the design features I do like a lot about the Compass is the fact it does have a floating roof design, which means it is two-tone. It's not just the color that I like though, it's the fact that they've done this really well. There's a little accent piece that runs in chrome that runs right from the A-pillar all the way across the car and continues across the C-pillar, which gives it this very distinctive sort of reverse shark fin design, and then it swoops down right into the tailgate. 3D tail lamps are unique, and I personally think that the LED lighting pattern will become somewhat of a signature. To add, I am glad that Jeep hasn't gone overboard with the chrome, giving the Compass a clean look. Considering the time we spent in traffic in India, it was crucial that Jeep got the quality of the materials and the layout perfectly right at the first go. The Compass is a little boring when it comes to the actual design of the dashboard, but at the same time it is quite utilitarian. Quality of everything otherwise in the interior is great, including the soft touch materials on the dashboard and the leather on the seats. The carpets are made out of rubber, so they are easy to wash out if you do get them muddy, but removing those stains from the white leather might prove to be a little tougher. One of the main reasons Indian customers will like the Compass will be the overall space it has. Rear seats, for example, have great headroom, shoulder room and leg room, and there are AC vents, albeit slightly lower mounted ones, for the rear passengers too. Now, under the bonnet, the Jeep Compass has a 2-litre multi-jet diesel engine. Now, the multi-jet name is very familiar to most of us because that's the 1.3 engine family that a lot of Indian cars get. Now, this engine is the next generation of that same family. It's the multi-jet 2. And when I came here, I wasn't expecting the same sort of fun, the same drivability that the 1.3 has. I was wrong. This thing is a hoot to drive. After 1700 RPM, the turbos really start to spool, and as you can see from the smile on my face, by the time you look down and see how fast you're going, you're definitely in 3-digit speeds. This thing is genuinely great fun to drive. Jeep has got this so right. Now, usually when you talk about driving an American SUV, you associate it with great comfort, a softer ride quality, and well, slightly rolly or poly in the corners. And I thought the Compass would be exactly the same. But again, I was proved wrong. The Compass is actually a great car to drive in the corners, and it's comfortable. It does take the potholes really well, and still has a great chassis balance. In fact, I'd go out on a limb and say, in terms of a balance between ride and handling, or ride comfort or softness of the suspension, for example, and sheer handling prowess, the Jeep Compass is one of the best chassis I've driven in a long time. But the pièce de résistance in the Jeep Compass is not the power delivery, and it's not the ride versus handling balance. It's the steering feedback. This might be an electronic power steering, but it's definitely one of the nicest, most direct and most sort of feedback oriented steerings that I've driven in a long time. The brakes are quite impressive. It does get discs all around with ABS and EBD, and they're surprisingly effective both in city traffic and under emergency stop situations. Safety features also include traction control, 6 airbags and hill start assist. The Jeep Compass then is a great package. It has genuinely managed to surprise us with its capabilities, and all of that combined with a great looking exterior and a good looking interior will make this a guaranteed winner for Jeep in India.
So that's the Jeep Compass. You've got to react to it because, well, the launch is not very far away. It should be sometime in July, and that's when, of course, we will know the prices. We're hoping Jeep stays aggressive as is expected. Now let's talk about the Okinawa Ridge. It's a new scooter from Okinawa which is all electric, and the electric two-wheeler market may not have taken off to the extent people would have hoped, but this one certainly seems promising because it is also very convenient to use, as Samir Contractor found out.
Electric vehicles haven't quite taken off in India. So when Jaipur-based electric vehicle company Okinawa Autotech brought in the Ridge electric scooter, it didn't create a big ripple. The Okinawa Ridge looks like any other 110cc scooter, but goes about its business silently. The build quality is impressive and the fiber body panels are well put together. The instrument console is easy to read, but surprisingly misses out on a clock.
The Okinawa Ridge gets a very interesting key fob. It's like a luxury car, and you get features also similar to a car. So you get an anti-theft device with a lock and unlock button and keyless start.
The Okinawa Ridge seems to take inspiration from the Honda Dio and gets sporty bodywork in a compact frame. The scooter sits lower than other conventional offerings but accommodates the rider and pillion with ease. It is offered in 4 metallic colors: glossy red, glossy white, matte silver with red and matte green with orange. The Ridge impresses with its ride quality that is on par with any conventional two-wheeler. It gets telescopic forks and twin shocks at the rear that soak up the bumps with ease. Okinawa has even added a combi braking system on the Ridge for more effective stopping power. There's regenerative braking as well, which returns around 7 to 8% of charge to the lead-acid battery. The 800-watt electric motor is good for 1.6 bhp of power and 17 Nm of torque. The lightweight scooter can easily accommodate the rider and pillion, but you have to sacrifice power slightly over the additional weight.
The Okinawa Ridge might be puny in dimensions, but do not attribute that to its performance. Well, the electric motor has enough torque and gives you power right from 0 RPM and goes all the way till 55 km per hour, which is the top speed. But the real surge comes between 20 to 40 km per hour, and that's really where you can overtake and have good amount of power within city limits. Well, realistically, that's the kind of power even a conventional scooter would give you within city limits.
The Ridge has a 2-year warranty, but the battery needs to be replaced after 2.5 years and costs 9,000 rupees.
I've been living with the Okinawa Ridge for around a week now, and to be frank, it's just like any other scooter that you would be riding on a regular day. The key difference though is that I have to make sure that I charge it every night before I go about doing my chores during the day. And that is because even though Okinawa says that the range is around 80 to 90 kilometers on a single charge, that will only happen if it's on the economy mode. But I'm a bit enthusiastic on the throttle, and with my highway and city runs, the range comes down to 55 kilometers in a single charge. But that's really enough to get me around the day.
Okinawa says the Ridge will make for savings of up to 30,000 rupees every year, with a running cost of around 20 paise per kilometer. In comparison, the running cost on a Honda Activa is 1 rupee and 20 paise per kilometer. The Ridge is priced at 43,700 rupees compared to the 110cc Activa that costs 51,100 rupees, ex-showroom Delhi. Okinawa is yet to establish a pan-India sales network, but aims to set up 150 dealerships by the end of 2017. This scooter needs to be registered like a conventional two-wheeler, complete with road tax and insurance. And yes, you do need a driver's license to ride the Ridge.
Commercial break time here on CNB Bazaar Buzz, but we come back with the Mercedes-Benz E220d and also answers to your queries. Keep watching.